Hey YouTube, coming at you with another little holiday cup team. This one I went very, very off the board. A SANDSHREW, Shadow Marowak, so Shadow A SANDSHREW, Shadow A Marowak, and WATERGUN Lantern. So none of these are like really in the top ranked Pokemon, but the reason I ran each of these is, so I've run SANDSHREW before. Lots of weaknesses, double weak to fighting, double weak to fire, uh, weak to ground. Like it's got like quite a few weaknesses, but it's very, very spammy. So I added on Blizzard. I used to run in single Powder Snow Night Slash. I don't think you really need you really ever get to the Blizzard, in especially in these baby cups. But the Powder Snow Night Slash comes at you very quickly. It was just a nice answer to like Ducklet because you are half steel, so you resist all the flying moves. So that's why I used it, and it's a pretty good Pokemon just in general. Just very spammy. I've already used um, I've already used Lit Leo a few times, and I like the fire. I think fire is very, very, very strong in this meta. But I didn't want to use Leo because I'm already weak to fighting, so having two fighter weaknesses with that is not amazing. So I built up a Shadow Marowak um, because it is half ghost, so you actually resist the fighting, but you also have that same fire uh, sort of strength. And then I was running into a lot of the ground Pokemon, like the ground ghost Pokemon. So I was like, maybe a water gun lantern will do a good job, right? So what you're going to see in these battles is I mentioned that the trade-off for a lot of these is you have higher attack but lower defense, right? If you're like an evolved Pokemon. So you hit a little harder, but you aren't as bulky. So I had a terrible lead. Out comes this. I guess this is. I don't even know what Pharisee can actually have as its moves. It's running like some sort of tackle or something, and it threw an Iron Head. So the Iron Head is resisted because of water. Maybe it's single moved, or maybe it doesn't. The baby version doesn't have a grass move. I don't know. They will look like tack me down. That's unfortunate. Um, Marowak comes in here because I'm like, you know what? If they have the Iron Head again, that's resisted because of the fire. Um, so I can live that there, get ahead on energy, which will be important if the other Pokemon comes back in. So I'm just going to basically sacrifice this to a certain extent. I'm going to try and grab a shield here or take this out because this will do super effective, right? Because it's a nice slash to a ghost and it does plus the attack rise. So hello, this is where this thing can get out of control. Nice slash boost doesn't happen too often, but when it does, these powder snows add up real quick. I've already grabbed one shield. This will grab the second shield, and then I should be able to either farm down or like just put this within like, yeah, one fire spin range. So lucky with the boost there. Charjabug, I was like, oh crap, did I come into the wrong? Because that's what people say happens a lot. Like the the problem with this week is it's Great League and Little Cup. So you can very much come into Great League and because it won't be like, hey, just FYI, you're using three Pokemon 500 CP lower. Did you mean Little Cup? I did mean Little Cup, but Charjabug in this is a 500 CP. This is super effective. Again, just everything's hurting. When you're using the evolved forms here, everything is hurting. So shield early and often. I actually make that mistake quite a lot. Not quite a lot, but I made a mistake a few times, and I've made the mistake of um, like not throwing a resisted move because I didn't think it would do much, but it really does. But Shadow Marowak, uh, Fire Spins, Shadow Bones, the Talonflame. They make a nice catch on Chinchou. Chinchou is interesting because I don't actually have a good answer for this. My best answer is a Sandslash, and it's not even a good answer. And it's the best answer because Marowak, Fire Spin is resisted, and Lantern, Water Gun is resisted. Um, I get the attack boost here, which is actually pretty big. So I'm going to shield because I think I can grab a second shield here. Um, yeah, I'm going to try and grab the second shield here. And if they do double shield, I am just going to go straight into Lantern just to try and get ahead on energy because I think that they would be able to spark me down. I don't want them to come out with a ton of energy. We'll have to shield the Thunderbolt. I found, yes, this team is unique. I guess I should probably talk about each of these Pokemon. It's just that these battles come so fast. Um, So maybe on the next one, instead of starting mid-battle, I will talk about it on the next one. SANDSHREW here, I'm not going to get to a move. Fire Spin will be super effective, but the problem is I had to come in SANDSHREW because I'm like, I need them to dump their energy because a Night Slash is probably like basically going to take out my Marowak. So third one will go through if this does not take me out. Shadow, super effective Night Slash, not quite enough to take me out. And I get the Bone Club down for the win there. So Marowak, nice little sweep at the ending there. Okay, so let's just talk about all these Pokemon. So let's just start with Sandshrew. I kind of already touched on it a bit. Powder Snow is super effective against a few things in this meta. Grass and ground, and there's not a ton of each of those, but there's a few. Like I've seen a few of the ground ghosts. I've seen Stunfisk start pop up a few here, which you will just significantly outpace because it's only 5-4 to the Night Slashes, and you get the attack CMP here. So I'm going to win CMP, and you can see these Powder Snows adding up even more so than their Mud Shots are adding up. Um, so the problem is Night Slash non-stab. Night Slash is not an amazing move. As you saw right there, like I am gonna uh, just have to double shield that. Let's go to Watergun Lantern because the reason I chose Watergun Lantern was I was seeing a lot of um, ground Pokemon, and I thought that like Watergun Lantern would be a nice answer to those. And to a certain extent, they are. It is. The problem is when the if you know the stats for Watergun Lantern, um, it's the same damage as Spark, but less energy. So it's slower to get to the Surf and slower to get to the Thunderbolt. So why would you use it over Spark? In general, you wouldn't. And the problem with this league is you kind of live and die by you need to go one way or the other. You need to go full fast move damage team, or you need to go Pokemon that can do charge move damage, right? So if you look at Sandshrew and you look at Marowak, they are um, charge move Pokemon, right? You get to the Night Slashes super fast, and that's where the pressure comes, and then you get to the Fire Spin does okay for chip damage, but Shadow Bone and Bone Club, like just pretty quick charges, that's where the damage is coming from. When you run Watergun Lantern, unlike just Great League, where it's just so bulky that you will get to a lot of charge moves. This is a 500 CP league, right? So you're not often getting to charge moves in general, and even less so now that you're running a slower, fast move Pokemon. So Lantern is actually ranked like 200 and something in on PV Poke in this league. And I want to test it out, and it was okay. Uh, like there were a few times that it got on like a ground Pokemon. It obviously would be better if you ran. I think if you're just gonna run a water electric Pokemon, I do think Chinchou is probably better. Um, what Lantern gives you is the option to hit harder hitting. Uh, should have on a higher attack stat because it's evolved, um, and it will give you the ability to have a fast move in Water Gun that you will not get in Chinchou, which only has Spark, I'm pretty sure, or some electric moves. Um, so yeah, that's trade off. I probably if I'm gonna run, I don't think I'd run Lantern again. Quite honestly, it just did not seem to make a huge difference. Huge like have a ton of play in this meta. What did have decent amount of play, which is not surprising, is Marowak, and it's not surprising in the fact that um, I think Fire because like I said, your Water type Pokemon, a lot of them outside of someone using a Water Gun Lantern, which I just said you shouldn't. There's not a lot, actually a lot of like water fast move Pokemon, right? Your other water Pokemon that you see are Ducklet and Chinchou. So there's not like a lot of water Pokemon in this, which kind of helps Marowak and the ability to like deal with stuff like it's just like good in general neutral situations, right? Fire Spin right here, like look at how much those Fire Spins are doing. It is again, everything's glassy in this league, so I'll have to shield, but 3 Fire Spins here able to do a significant chunk on the Pikachu to basically take it out. And now I'm at a Shadow Bone, and yes, I had to Elite TM this on, but the Shadow Bone will put this now in Thunderbolt. I mean, we'll grab a shield so that I can just Thunderbolts here. Because Shadow Bone would very much hurt this. Um, they go for a second move. Again, not going to be enough on a Lantern. Having the resisting the flying. So I am able to get to the Thunderbolt. Yeah, but I just found like if you're gonna use Lantern, I think you just use it as a Spark Lantern. Like if you want to use like a Chinchou Lantern in the back, double Electric Team potentially as an option. Um, you could potentially do that. So those are my thoughts on three Pokemon. I'm gonna have at least one more team, which I'm going. You'll see tomorrow morning. I'm going anti-meta. I've got a team featuring Diggersby that I had a Diggersby built up. I think you can probably just go Stunfisk if you don't have a Diggersby, but I like that sort of ground typing there because I was seeing a lot of some content creator did a fast move damage team, and it was Geodude, fast rock throw Geodude with Cottony and like Oddish or like a third in the back. So my anti-team to that team was what's my team? Diggersby? I think it's Diggersby, Lit Leo, and then something to deal with fighting because I'm double weak to fighting. Is it Ducklet? It's Ducklet with Aerial Ace. So in my video the other day, I talked about how I would probably go Aerial Ace on Ducklet if I ran it again. I just find that the overall damage is better, even in like super effective matchups against like fire. I just feel like the Aerial Ace is generally just a better move to have. Um, so yeah, that's my anti-meta team that you'll see tomorrow. You will see a Great League team this afternoon. It's my like all save swap team, which actually worked very well. And then I'll probably just duo. Um, I think I'll just duo Great League and Holiday Cup. I actually don't have a ton of Holiday Cup Pokemon left, and people have not been excited about uh, Little Cup, and I think it's because um, I think it's because couple things. One, it's like the Christmas holidays. I have not been watching YouTube either, right? I've been on vacation this week, vacation like with my family. So I've been at home here at my parents' house. So I have not been watching a lot of YouTube videos. So um, I think that's what a lot of people are in the same scenario for. Uh, but I also think that this cup is very limited for the Pokemon that you can use. Like I had to build up on this team. I had SANDSHREW, but I had to build up Marowak and I had to build up Lantern to be able to actually have Pokemon to play this. Because of the limited typings, I actually only had like maybe like 5 or 6 Pokemon. Not five. No, that's not true. I probably had like 10 Pokemon. But if you look at like my open, if this was just an open little cup, I would have a lot more. I would have so everything from bronzer to, I wonder if there's rankings for little cup that's here that I can just compare little cup versus, so the little holiday cup is on. I feel like I would need to run um, specific custom um, import settings. I forget how to do this off the fly. Oh wait, here's an advanced. Yeah, just give me advanced little cup. Let's see how long it takes to sim this. But it just seems like there's a lot less Pokemon um, that I could use in this cup that I would otherwise have in my open. Bronze is the first one that comes out to bat. The other darks, Okay, here is the ranking for Little Cup. Um, is this Little Cup open? Gligar's at 1, Lickitung's at 2. No, this can't be right. This seems weird. Oh, I forgot to sim Little League. Sorry. 1 second while the battle goes on here. But yeah, how was your holidays? I will be back regular schedule tomorrow. I'm driving back tomorrow, aka today. So when you're seeing this, eh, probably not this is exact moment you're seeing this because it's this is going up at 7:30 and I will not be driving at 7:30, but we're planning to hit the road pretty early, around like 8ish, because it's like a 6 hour drive, and that's without like a bunch of stops with little kids, right? So for those of you who are parents, you know what a 6 hour drive turns into when you have a almost 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. It is not a 6 hour drive. It is a much longer drive. Anyways, these custom rankings are coming up, but yeah, there's a lot more Pokemon in the Open Great League. Volibee, Dino, um, Bronzer, and a few others that you could use that you can't use in this cup. So I feel like if you don't have a good roster, if you don't have a good roster of little cup Pokemon to start, and you're in a limited little cup, while Great League is also on, I feel like a lot of people are just probably just using what they have in Great League. But yeah, so I'll come at you mix little cup and Great League coming forward, because I still have one Shadow Dragonair Great League that I can probably upload for Tuesday with this other little cup team that I was talking about. I did say that I'm gonna ease up a bit in the new year, and I think that's true. I just think that like I am back at work as of tomorrow, the second. I will be back at work full time. Um, Such fun holidays. So I will be back at work, but um, it's the first week back, and there's still a lot of people on vacation, so it shouldn't be too busy that I'm not gonna be overwhelmed there. And we'll take that down. Anyways, that is the team. Somewhat unique. Like I said, I'm going an anti-meta team. If you want suggestions for just like top teams, I've seen a lot. If I had to go like maybe that'll be my Wednesday video. After this anti-meta team, I'll just do like a top. Like this is my best holiday cup team. And if I was trying to go for like a best holiday cup team right now, I mean, if I had Vigoroth, I would use it, quite honestly. Um, I may go back to double, because double worked pretty well. Um, just having that option of payback, or I use wild charge, but maybe with all these like sort of Litwick and Marowak and stuff, maybe I go back to payback. Um, yeah, I think it's probably something close to my first team. My first team was double electric, Pika Libre and Chinchou. I think it's somewhat similar to that. A lot of people are running fast move teams now. I run into quite a lot of fast move teams. I still like Leo. I think Leo is actually very, very strong. I don't have these other Pokemon in the top. Amora, A Ninetales, Charmer, Vigoroth, A Vulpix. I don't have those. Or Wiggly, quite honestly. I don't have any of these. Um, and I don't really want to build them just for a limited cup that is ending in a few more days. So I don't know. We'll see what I can put together. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good holidays. I guess Happy New Year. Probably should have said that at the beginning. Happy New Year, because it is the first. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.